Hey everybody, real quick. I know it's early. I know it's Saturday. I just want to post this video to give y'all something to think about, okay? Um, I want to talk about silence, okay? And how silence is God's language. Um, People who know me know that Color Purple is one of my favorite movies, right? It is just hands down, no question, one of my favorite movies. And the one thing I'm not for sure if people noticed or picked up is that even though Miss Celie, like, she went through a lot or she endured a lot of things, she was very quiet. But there was one person she always spoke to, and that was God, right? If you go into the movie and you see her being quiet, but you can hear her voice. Like, she always spoke to God. She was always speaking, right? And I wanted to touch on the importance of that, okay? I wanted to touch the importance of that because um, people are so quick to react to certain things. People are so quick to um, be stuck in confusion, be stuck in a lot of dramatic things. And I just wanted to talk to y'all about the importance of silence, okay? For one, silence is God's language. And once you start remembering the things that you do in order to connect to God, you will understand why that is God's first language, okay? Because when you are silent, there is a sacred form of energy that you are involving yourself in, whether you know it or not, okay? And excuse me, y'all, my voice is kind of raspy. I just woke up, like, I didn't wash my face. I didn't do anything. I had to come and give y'all this message, okay? So, when you are silent, that silence puts you in a sacred space, right? It puts you in a sacred space with yourself. It puts you in a sacred space with the Creator. And you tend to, well, you have the ability and the power to block out whatever is going on around you in your surroundings, in your environment. And the reason why that is important, because there are a lot of times things and circumstances and people act in certain ways and things are happening around you, and if you don't know how to reflect back to silence, you will be in a state of confusion, because being silent gives you calmness. Being silent gives you a form of peace within yourself. And you always have to understand, no matter who you're around, what's going on, what environment that you're in, you have to have this certain level of peace in order for you to connect to the Most High. And once you connect to the Most High, the things that's happening outside of you does not affect you as much, because you're already in a sacred connection through silence. And I wanted to discuss that because a lot of people believe the silent people are naive, right? They think the silent people are naive. They think the silent people are, they don't comprehend well. Silent people are scary, whatever that means. Silent people are not functioning on the realm and frequency of society. And that last part is true. But the other parts, what they don't understand is, once you are silent, you can't get too much information being the loudest in the room. You can't get too much information over talking everyone. Like you can't get too much information from that. So the advantage that silent people have that a lot of people don't recognize or understand is that they are receiving so much information through observation, through process of elimination of thoughts, through sensing one's emotions, sensing the frequency of people. Because once you are silent, you don't have anything to combat that other energy off of. It just is what it is. You just have the ability to take it as face value. If you're experiencing something while you're silent, you aren't going back and forth in your mind and your brain about, you know, how you feel or what you said or, what they said and you're going to say something back because you can't believe. You're not doing none of that. You're literally at the point now where whatever you get, whatever you're receiving is what it is. You are experiencing people from the true sense of self. You are experiencing that environment from the true sense of self. You are experiencing whatever's going on around you in that sense. There is nothing that separates what's happening, what you're seeing in front of your eyes, and what they're displaying to you because you're silent. Okay? And even when you talk about going or getting to a point where you have the ability to, you want to tune in to God, right? Because there are things that's going on in your life. There are things that's going on in your surroundings that you don't quite understand. Okay? You don't understand these things. So by you working your mind and working your brain and come to these conclusions and thinking this and thinking that and talking to this person and talking to your mama and talking to your daddy, talking to your sister, talking to whoever you're talking to in this situation, okay? Once you kick in that silent knob, once you kick in that silent button, okay, you are now disconnecting from the conversations that you have with other people, and you're only connecting to the frequency and the energy that you are experiencing from God. Okay? You're connecting to the information that God wants you to have and wants you to hear. Okay? So if you don't believe what I'm saying, why do you think people have prayer closets? They have to be disconnected. They have to be out of sight. They have to be in seclusion. And when you are silent, no matter where you are, you don't have to be in a closet. When you are silent, that gives you the power to be secluded. Being silent gives you the power to be invisible. And I said this before, and people didn't really understand what I was saying. And I'm getting chills right now. But people didn't really understand what I was saying. But you have no idea, because I have been silent for a lot of, just say compared to the average person, I am silent, right? I can be very silent. But during the times I have been silent, you have no idea how many times I have been ignored. And through me being ignored through those times, you have no idea how many people display their true version of themselves because they thought that the silence made me ignorant, that the silence made me feeble-minded. They didn't understand that the silence gave me a gift of God's discernment. They didn't understand that. So in the meantime, while they think I'm feeble-minded, I can't put two and two together. They just did all this crazy ass, reckless ass, scandalous ass, dirty ass shit, and I didn't react. There is no way in the world that I understand what the fuck is going on. Since I don't know what the fuck is going on, oh, they're just gonna show their ass. They're just gonna pull their whole card, and I'm just sitting there getting information. Okay, So when it comes to silence, that is a tool that you have to utilize, especially if you're trying to get closer to God, especially if you're trying to get in tune just with your spirit practices, okay? Because I know there are a lot of different religions. I know there are a lot of different forms of people serving God. For you just to tap into yourself, that's why they said in certain stances, like, be still, peace be still. Why do you think they say that? Okay, there is a silence and stillness. There is silence and peace. Okay, and once you understand that silence is God's first language, you will understand the reason why those things coincide, those things go hand in hand. Okay, so pretty much point blank, I just want to come here and tell y'all the importance of silence, how it is connected to God, and how you need to utilize it in your life, especially when you're going through things, you don't know what's going on, you're confused, and you have to connect to that space, because we have the tendency to be in our ego, like what we want, instead of what God wants for us. And then we override that silence of God or the things that we get from God. Okay, so y'all be good.